It's just a video on the Dodge ProMaster. I believe we're in 2016 or 2018 model. I was listening to this beep. Their beep is too loud, and so I had to get rid of the buzzer. Otherwise, it was going to drive me crazy because every time I try to back up into this tiny little driveway, it was beeping at me saying I'm about to hit things when I'm not. And besides that, I like to put my seatbelt on after, I start the car. So I don't like the car making the decisions all for me. So what I've done here is smooth move on the key there. Set it up. Notice no beeping. Keys in, doors open. It's telling me visually that the key is in the ignition, but it is not. It's not beeping. And since that beep was so annoying, I just had to take it out. The culprit is this little buzzer. And if you look up that product number online, let's see if I can focus on it. I think it's KTG1212H-A. You look that up online, it comes right up as a buzzer. That's all that's for, is buzzer. It is called a surface mount buzzer, which means they bend these pins back. They don't put it through the circuit board. They just put a little solder right there. So the only thing holding it to the circuit board is a couple of drops of solder. It doesn't go through the circuit board at all. You can't open this up completely because I think they glue these indicator knobs. They glue them down to the indicator turners, to the knob turners. So once they've assembled this, you can't take it apart. The location of the beep, the buzzer, is right behind the board right here. So what you can do is, once you've got it open, you simply pull back here and a couple of the other tabs that are on this, and you can lift it off just a little bit. And right there on the board, let me see if I can find it visually before I try to show it to you, so I don't really remember where it was. It was right there, down towards the bottom end. It was right in there. You probably can't see it, but there's a couple, yeah, there they are. About the center of the screen, there's a couple of little bits of solder on the board, but nothing to go with them. That's where it was located. It was right there. Okay, a couple of notes about opening up the back panel here. This releases, you have to pull this red lever that direction. So you just pull that red lever back, and it doesn't want to go. It really doesn't want to go with one hand for sure. Oh boy, come on buddy. There we go. And then it's super simple. That just pops right out, no problem. This usually has this on the back of it, which has 4 small screws to attach it. These 4 small screws look like that. Okay, these type screws, there's 6 of them in total. 2 of them hold this in place, like that. And they're gonna go in right up here. Okay, then there's 2 screws here. 1, 2, and 2 more screws. 1 down there, and 1 over here. And all of those hold this guy in place. You have to lift up this little nylon thing. It's got little snaps on it. You lift that up, and then you can get to these 2 lower screws. Before you lift that up, you can't see the 2 lower screws. These 2 top screws here are visible before you lift the top up. And then you've got your adjustment latch here. You're going to have to pull the steering wheel all the way out. So that's in. This is out. And then let it go down to get it out. And it's actually quite finicky to get the whole assembly out before it's all taken apart. I do recommend, once you've done this, once you remove that little guy, this little guy, you hit it with a hammer or something to just take your rage out on it. But also, once you've removed it, I use this little pen knife to do it. It just tiny little bit of leverage and it just popped off the solder. Didn't require much at all. Go ahead and plug all this stuff back together and turn your car back on before you put everything back away. Worst case scenario, you have to buy a new one of these things. Okay, please see, well, there you go. All right, so you got any questions or comments? I probably won't be answering them, but go ahead and throw them in there. Someone else might answer them for you. Okay, great. Bye.